My sister started dating too early and got called in for a parent-teacher conference at school. I never expected her homeroom teacher to be my high school ex-girlfriend. Is early romance some kind of family tradition for you guys? Not at all, we still need teachers like you to guide us properly. I reflexively shot back without thinking. The entire office fell silent as a tomb. I'm not a male teacher. Let me explain. If I'd known I'd run into Lily Winters today, I definitely wouldn't have shown up at school with my scruffy beard. The most embarrassing thing isn't running into your ex. It's when you run into your ex. And she's more radiant than ever. While you haven't even washed your face. Are you Sophie Chen's guardian? Lily Winters's crystal clear voice rang out. I'm her homeroom teacher, Ms. Lily Winters. We'd been broken up for years. But surely not to the point where we couldn't recognize each other. Lily and I fell in love during our senior year of high school. She was the top student in class, while I was dead last. That year, she single-handedly dragged my grades up. In the end, we both got into universities in the same city. 2 schools, one in the south of the city, one in the north. Taking the subway required 3 transfers. A 3-hour round trip. Plus, she was busy with lab work with professors, competing in academic competitions, so we had even less time together. Back then, young and impulsive, the words, "let's break up," came too easily. In the years since, though we lived in the same city, we never crossed paths again. Never thought we'd meet again like this. My sister's early romance. And here I am as her guardian, naturally having to bow before her teacher, putting on my most respectful demeanor. Hello, Ms. Winters. I'm Sophie Chen's older brother, my name is Sam Chen. Growing up, my playful nature landed me in the principal's office countless times. But this was the first time I felt this flustered. Thinking about it made me even more annoyed with my sister. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be in this mess. Our parents were both away on business trips. Otherwise it wouldn't be my turn to lose face. The other parents had arrived too. And I was outnumbered, apologizing profusely. Thankfully, they were quite understanding. Lily handed over both kids' report cards. They're seniors now, with only a few months until college entrance exams. Their mental state is crucial. I've talked with them before about focusing on studies before exams. Absolutely no distractions affecting their grades. We invited parents today, hoping for your cooperation, to guide them in the right direction. I held the report card, muttering, I was wondering why she's been on steroids lately. Staying up all night doing homework. She's got my old spirit. Lily paused, finally looking up at me. Is early romance some kind of family tradition for you guys? Why did that sound so weird? Meeting her cold, dark eyes, my mind went blank, and I reflexively retorted, not at all, we still need teachers like you to guide us properly. The entire office froze. The other parents and teachers all stared at me like they'd seen a ghost, eyes wide. Only then did I realize what I just said. Ms. Winters, that's not what I meant. Please don't misunderstand. Right then, the other parents got a phone call and left early. Now it was just me and Lily. The atmosphere was unbearably awkward, so I decided to leave too. Lily stood up to walk me out. Every step was torture. At the door, just when I thought I'd finally escaped, Lily suddenly spoke. I never told her to actively pursue anyone. Back then, I was the one who pursued Lily. In high school, Lily was every guy's secret crush. I was different. I loved openly. The whole world knew how much I liked her. The whole world also knew how hard she was to win over. So when we got together, it shocked countless people. The way she looked now was exactly like when I first confessed. Cold and indifferent. A nameless fire ignited in my chest. My head heated up, and I blurted out, "You're right, Ms. Winters. Back then I did pursue you first. But I was also the one who dumped you." The moment I said it, I regretted it. She wasn't my girlfriend anymore. She was my sister's homeroom teacher. I was committing suicide, saying something so rebellious. Thankfully my useless sister appeared just in time, saving me from disaster. Brother, she'd been waiting outside the office. I hurried. Ms. Winters, no need to see me out. I'll just have a word with Sophie and leave. My friend is waiting at the school gate. Without daring to look at her face, I quickly pulled Sophie around another corner. She looked at me strangely. Bro, why are you so tense? I snapped like someone stepped on my tail. Who's tense? Sophie was speechless. I've known you for 17 years. You think I don't know you? She turned to look back. Is my homeroom teacher really that scary? Sophie Chen, you're the one with early romance. And you dare talk back instead of repenting? Sophie. But you had early romance too back then. I never saw you feeling guilty about it. I wanted to have a stroke right there. I said expressionlessly. Well, karma's here now. Your homeroom teacher is my high school ex-girlfriend. Sophie was shocked, then put on a mask of suffering. I'm dead, bro. You had your fun alone, never thinking about whether I'd live or die. You weren't this scared when you got caught dating early? Besides, how was I supposed to know Lily Winters would become your homeroom teacher? Outside the school gates, I got straight into the car parked by the road. My best friend David Yong looked at me. Got scolded by the homeroom teacher? Today happened to be a day off, and David and I had plans to get hot pot. After eating, he drove me straight to school. I slumped in the passenger seat, feeling worse than death. No. But it's 10,000 times worse. Her homeroom teacher is Lily Winters. David let out an, oh. Then 3 seconds later screamed, holy shit. I covered my ears but he pulled them away. Lily Winters? The Lily Winters you dated in high school? I nodded weakly. David covered his mouth. It's over, it's over. Sophie's screwed. Her brother dumped the homeroom teacher. How can she survive? Why doesn't anyone see that I'm suffering too? What are you suffering about? David glanced at me. You scored the school beauty. Then dumped her. Who's luckier than you? Fine, as much as I didn't want to hear it. With Lily's face and figure, she definitely deserved that assessment. It's been so many years. Let's not bring it up. Seeing I was genuinely tired, David suppressed his curiosity, changing the subject. Oh. This Saturday Jake Lee and Emma Sun are getting married. You going? They were both our high school classmates. More importantly, Emma and Lily were close. She probably invited her too. Should I tell them you're not coming? In my mind appeared Lily's image. From earlier, cold and composed. Calm without a ripple. Some unknown force surged through me. We're all adults now. Why bring up the past? Besides, she's my sister's homeroom teacher now. We can't avoid each other forever, right? Saturday, I wore a suit, shaved, and went to the wedding hotel. The bride and groom stood at the entrance greeting guests. I handed over the red envelope. Wishing you happiness. The groom looked behind me, surprised. Sam Chen, did you and Lily come together? Turning around, I saw Lily just a few steps behind me, walking this way. Today she wore a white dress. Simple and elegant. Some people easily become the center of attention. Lily was exactly that kind of person. She seemed to have heard too. Looking up at me, our eyes meeting for a second. I immediately turned away, awkwardly explaining. No, we didn't. The groom was stunned, about to ask more when the bride gently tugged him. Then smiled welcoming Lily. Lily, hi. I hurried inside, quickly spotted David already there, waving at me. I immediately rushed over, just when I thought I was finally free. I saw the sign, high school classmates table, and my heart went cold. Looking around, sure enough, all familiar faces. Then Lily arrived, only 2 seats left at the table. One to my left, one across from the class president. A close friend of hers stood up to greet. Everyone probably knows what happened at the door. As long as you're not blind, you can see we've broken up. Footsteps approaching. I stared at the ivory teacup, inexplicably growing more tense. Then she walked behind me, skipping the seat to my left, sitting down across from me. The table went silent for a moment. Thankfully the friend greeting Lily was great at livening things up, and the table became lively again. I heard the class president teaches at Central High now. The state's top school, super hard to get into. Class president is still class president. Talented people excel everywhere. Yeah, who would have thought? Jake Lee and Emma Sun would be the first in our class to get married. I always thought it would be The speaker realized their slip and immediately shut up. Several pairs of eyes darted between me and Lily. Back then, Lily and I dated so publicly. The whole school knew. Who could have guessed we'd end up like this? I unconsciously looked up at her. The woman across from me had her eyes lowered, pouring tea. The curve from her collarbone to her nose perfectly smooth, as if all the chatter around had nothing to do with her. I felt a bit suffocated. Excusing myself to the bathroom, David texted me. Be honest. Dumping a woman like that, any regrets? Why not pursue her again? Conversation drifted from outside the bathroom. I can't believe Lily Winters and Sam Chen broke up. Remember how hard Sam pursued her back then? So what? Someone like Lily could have anyone she wants. They were never on the same level. Right, and I don't think Lily ever really liked him that much. She probably just couldn't stand his persistence. And gave in. Once it passed, she dumped him. Turns out, adults really do love bringing up the past. Though I was the one who dumped Lily. Everything else they said wasn't wrong. I typed out a message. David, let me be clear. I was the one who didn't need her first. If anyone's pursuing, she should pursue me. David. Noble ambition. Worthy of praise. Keep dreaming. After those people finished gossiping, I slowly left the bathroom. Back at my seat, someone had been drinking, talking enthusiastically. I sat down to continue eating. David pinched me under the table. Why are you blocking me? I glanced. You don't know why? Hey, Sam Chen, someone called me. I looked up. It was one of the three who'd been gossiping in the bathroom. Chris Quinn. We'd had some conflicts in high school. If not for today's wedding, we wouldn't be at the same table. He'd had a crush on Lily. And when he found out Lily and I were dating, he openly and secretly gave me trouble several times. He smiled and asked, Hope you don't mind me asking. Are you single now? The table went dead silent, asking that. With such pretense. Isn't it redundant? He added. I have some single friends. Want me to introduce you? I smiled. Thanks. But no need. I have high standards. The table got even quieter. The smile on his face almost cracked. But with Lily, living proof. Sitting right here. He couldn't refute it. After a few seconds pause. His eyes shifted. Right. So you haven't dated anyone these past years? What's that supposed to mean? I can't find anyone better than Lily? Or like he said before. Someone of this caliber. Only blind Lily would like me? Actually, I've dated 2 or 3 people. I said. One was after breaking up with Lily. I impulsively accepted a junior's pursuit. But on the 3rd day she wanted to hold my hand. Scared me off. Broke up immediately. Another was after graduation. My aunt dragged me to a blind date. This one didn't even last 3 days. Second dinner. She kept going on about quitting work after marriage. To be a full-time mom. I blocked her right away. From a certain perspective, saying I dated 2 or 3 people wasn't exactly lying. Everyone's expressions were quite colorful. I broke the silence, laughing. People need to try different things to know who's the best fit. Right, Ms. Winters? Lily suddenly glanced at me. Unable to stand this weird atmosphere anymore. I decided to take the offensive. Ms. Winters. Don't you think so? Chris was about to explode. Why are you calling class president? Ms. Winters? Forgot to mention. Ms. Winters is my sister's homeroom teacher now. We just met a few days ago. Listen to that. What's a proper ex? What's shaking hands with youth? What's called not knowing each other? Lily put down her teacup. Her slender fingers like jade. Voice gentle. I've only loved one person. The air froze. For a moment, I thought Lily was deliberately provoking me. Making me look like a heartless player everyone would despise. At the same time, my heart raced uncontrollably. How many years had we been broken up? With Lily's qualifications, if she wanted, dating countless people wouldn't be an issue. But she said, she'd only loved one person. While I was lost in thought, the bride and groom came to toast. Closing this topic. After the reception, everyone gradually left. I saw Chris approach Lily, class president. My nephew is taking high school entrance exams soon. Wants to get into Central High. Could I add your Instagram? For future questions. compared to when he was gossiping about me in the bathroom. What a complete 180. His calculations. Did he think others couldn't see? I walked faster, not wanting to hear Lily's response. But her cold voice still reached me clearly. I teach seniors, not involved in high school admissions. If you have questions, you can call our school's academic office. Chris was embarrassed, nodding. Oh, okay then. Had to admit, the class president was still as popular as ever. But her rejection skills have definitely improved. David clicked his tongue. You walked so fast earlier. Didn't see Chris's face turn green. I searched for my car while saying, normal. If she didn't know how to refuse, her Instagram would be full by now. Remember back then to get her phone number. I brought her breakfast. For a whole week. Money was tight then. I starved that entire week. Really don't know where I got the confidence and persistence to pursue someone like that. Well, yeah, didn't you hear what she said? Only loved one person all these years. David said this, giving me a thumbs up. Face full of admiration. Comrade Sam Chen, impressive. I thought you were bluffing about making her pursue you. Now it seems really possible. I'm not easy to pursue either. I suddenly felt something was off. Stopped, slowly turning to look at the car window beside me. Half the window was down, revealing the woman's exquisite face. She seemed to have just finished a call. Hearing the sound, tilted her head to look over. Lily? I died on the spot. Her eyes narrowed dangerously, voice calm. I want to pursue you? I came back to life. No, that's not it. I really didn't mean that. Please don't misunderstand. I meant I'm also very easy to pursue. No, I mean it wouldn't be hard for you to pursue me. That's not right either. Facing her perpetually calm gaze, I desperately wanted to claw at the walls. Just then David arrived. He hadn't heard much. Seeing Lily here too, was immediately shocked, frantically signaling. Give me a ride. Quick, give me a ride. David looked back and forth between Lily and me, suddenly enlightened. Quickly said, oh right. I just remembered I have work at the company. I'll leave first. Sam, isn't your car broken? Why don't you ask the class president for a ride? David, you bastard. Unfortunately, David completely missed the message I was trying to convey, and ran off after speaking. I took a deep breath, gritting my teeth to open the car door. Lily spoke up. Isn't your car broken? I stiffened, pretending to touch the steering wheel. Seems to be working again. Lily. You sure? Of course. I just had it serviced a few days ago. Otherwise that day, I wouldn't have needed David to drive me to school. See, it works. I said while buckling my seatbelt, ready to vanish on the spot. Then Lily got out of her car, stood outside my door, fingers tapping the window. Then do me a favor. Give me a ride. My car broke down. I could tell Lily was messing with me. About to refuse, I heard her say, the insurance company is here. Her car really was broken. So she'd been contacting the insurance company earlier? Refusing now seemed inappropriate, but with our current relationship, too much interaction wasn't appropriate either. After Lily finished with those people, she got another phone call. She frowned. Got it, we'll be right there. After she got in the car, I opened my mouth to tell her to take a taxi or ask someone else. When I heard her say, it's half an hour from here to hospital number 3. We need to hurry. I was confused. Hospital number 3? What for? Lily looked at me. Sophie suddenly got severe stomach pain during class. The school doctor said it might be acute appendicitis. She's been transferred to hospital number 3. My heart sank. When we arrived at the hospital, Sophie was already in surgery. The middle-aged woman who brought her was the school doctor. The young man seemed to be another teacher. Seeing Lily and me arrive together, both looked confused. The other teacher assessed me, asking quietly, Ms. Winters, who is this? This is Sophie Chen's brother. Lily said simply, without explaining much, about why I appeared with her. How's Sophie? He explained. Sophie was in math class when she suddenly got severe stomach pain. Dr. Wong said it was urgent, so we brought her immediately. She's been in for a while. Should be out soon. Lily nodded, perhaps seeing how tense I was. She lowered her head to tell me, Sit down and rest. I shook my head, refusing. I'll stand here and wait for her. Lily paused, her voice softening a bit, with a strange comforting quality. Don't worry, appendicitis is minor surgery. She'll be fine. As soon as she said this, the other two showed surprise. Especially that other teacher. His gaze lingered on me for several seconds. I didn't care about them. Only focused on waiting for Sophie to come out safely. The surgery seemed to take forever. My mind could only think of Sophie in the operating room. My heart felt like it was being roasted over fire. Maybe because I'd rushed here so frantically. Despite the cold weather, I was drenched in sweat. When the hospital corridor wind blew through, I couldn't help but shiver. Just then, my arm grew heavy, a familiar scent drifting over from beside me. I turned my head, meeting Lily Winters's gaze. She said, "Your parents are still far away. If you get sick too, no one will take care of her." I sobered immediately, softly saying, "Thank you." An hour later, Sophie's surgery was completed successfully, and she was transferred to a hospital room. I went to handle her admission paperwork, then called our parents, reassuring them Sophie just needed a few days of rest and she'd be fine. Nothing serious. After handling everything, I returned to the room, finding Lily by the bedside, saying something to Sophie. "Rest and recover during this time. Don't worry about homework. I'll send you the notes and practice tests. Every minute of senior year is precious." Watching this scene, I suddenly felt a pang of panic. The way she looked like this, it was exactly like when she used to push me to study back then. But there was a difference. With Sophie, she was clearly gentler and more patient. Back then, when I was lazy about studying, wanting to go out meant coaxing Lily for ages. Before she'd finally hold my hand. 10 perfect test scores for one hand hold. I actually had to deliver. Thinking about it made me sad again. Lily finished and stood up. "Get some good rest." She left, leaving the room to us siblings. But my sister had no tact. The moment she left, she stared straight at me, directly interrogating. "Spill it. Why did you come with my homeroom teacher?" I kept my face blank. "Sophie Chen, did you forget? I'm your biological brother, same parents." Sophie had just finished surgery. Her face still a bit pale. But it didn't affect her fighting spirit. "I didn't forget. I especially didn't forget you dated her early. And then dumped her. Lost your appendix but still have energy to nag. Looks like you're really fine. Sophie Chen, you better be nice to your brother. During your hospital stay. You'll suffer," I said while standing up to leave. "Bro," Sophie called me. I turned. "What?" Sophie suddenly coughed awkwardly, putting on a fawning smile. "Brother. Could you help me with something?" "What?" "Go to school and get my books. And tell Thomas. I'm fine, I'll be better soon." Thomas was the boy she liked. I'd seen him. There was a photo of him in Sophie's backpack. I was speechless. "Why are you so troublesome?" Sophie was righteously indignant. "I'm worried he'll be concerned." I was stunned. "Fine. Got it, thank you, brother," Sophie added worriedly. "But bro, you and my homeroom teacher probably have no chance, right?" I gave her a death glare. Sophie went quiet. After all, so many people like her. Just in our school alone there's quite a few. But if you want to make up with her, it's not impossible. But you have to promise not to break up before my college exams. I said calmly. "Sophie Chen, you should be grateful you went into surgery today. Using that appendix to save your dog life. Today had been quite the roller coaster." I walked out of the hospital room, wanting to get some fresh air. Sooner or later, this colorful life will give me high blood pressure. At the stairwell corner, the light was very dim. I let out a long sigh, rubbing my tired eyes. Then footsteps approached. I realized Lily was here too. Noticing my arrival, she looked over. I was about to ask her when I should come to school, to help Sophie pack her things, when she suddenly walked toward me. "Sam." She softly called my name. The first time since we'd met again. She was so close to me, close enough that I could feel her breath. When she spoke, in that moment I panicked a little, like returning to the old days, when we were still together. She only called me that way. Actually, at first, she always formally called me Sam Chen. I wasn't happy. Deliberately getting close and seriously brainwashing her. Lily Winters, you're mine. And I'm yours too. We're destined to be together. This is fate, understand? Young Lily back then rarely had her emotions teased by me. Her ears turning pink. Sam Chen. It's Sam. It's Sam. She stayed silent, playing dumb. Finally she compromised, softly calling. Sam. I was the one who liked her first. And struggled to pursue her. So most of the time, she had the upper hand with me. This was a rare case where I had the advantage. Of course I wouldn't let it go. Wanting to lord it over her. Proudly wanting the whole world to know. I lay on my arm looking at her, couldn't help laughing. Lily Winters. You're so good. Lily stopped talking again. Silent for a long time. Finally handing me a stack of problems. Do all of these. I'll check them when you're done. Well, though memories beautify people. Clearly not everything gets filtered. The silence seemed to nurture ambiguity. I knew we were standing too close. But I didn't step back. Neither did she. Breaths intertwining, just raising a hand could touch. Ms. Winters. A male voice suddenly came from outside. Are you there? We need to go. The meeting's about to start. The delicate atmosphere shattered. I suddenly came to my senses. Hurriedly taking off my jacket to give her. Ms. Winters. The voice outside suddenly went silent. Lily paused, looking into my eyes. But she didn't say anything. Just spaced out for a second, then seemed to wake up. Quickly pulling back her gaze. I remembered my earlier question. Then Monday I'll come to school. Help Sophie pack her things to take home. Lily made an sound. Not turning around. I unconsciously watched her leave. Not expecting that teacher to still be waiting. He was waiting for Lily. Don't know what he said. Lily nodded. And he smiled. I just noticed he was quite handsome. The warm sunny heartthrob type. David wasn't wrong. A woman like Lily. Too many men fighting to rush toward her. I slapped my face. Sam Chen. Wake up. You're just a small detour. She took when she was young and naive. Don't get all sentimental. Over some casual words. Thinking she remembers you forever. My parents returned that night from far away. I'd been up 2 days. Finally able to go home and rest. But lying in bed, I couldn't sleep. Couldn't help calling David. David. Asleep yet? David's voice was groggily arrogant. Sam Chen. Did you forget tomorrow's Monday? Do you know how precious sleep is? To office workers? I pretended not to hear the second half. Right. Monday tomorrow. I still have to go to school to get Sophie's books. David. So? Her homeroom teacher will probably show me around. Since I haven't been to her classroom. Don't know where she sits. You think that's too much trouble for her? David was silent for half a minute. If you want to see the woman, just say it. Don't waste my time. I strongly objected. Who said I want to see Lily Winters? David countered. Did I mention Lily Winters? Men at night really do lose their resolve easily. Fine, going to sleep. I was about to hang up when David wouldn't let it go. Hey. Don't leave things half said. Be honest. Your sister got sick this time. She was really dedicated and helpful. Plus that face. Those long legs. You really not tempted? I didn't speak. David got more excited. I'm saying fate is hard to come by. You're both single now. Go pursue her again. I sighed. David, we can't go back. David was stunned. Why? I touched my left leg. There was a 3-centimeter scar on the knee. Did I ever tell you why I broke up with Lily? David. Yeah, I always wanted to ask. But you didn't want to talk about it. So I never asked again. I just saw how much you liked her. Yet decided to break up. Figured there must be some reason. I turned over. Watching the moonlight silently flowing along the windowsill. Keep calm. Freshman year of college. The student union organized a mountain climb. I accidentally slipped down a slope. Got several scrapes on my body. David was startled. What? Why didn't you tell me? Actually, no bones were hurt, it was fine. But I told Lily about it. I knew she was busy. But that whole day she didn't reply to my messages. I called her over 10 times and she didn't answer. I waited until 4 a.m. the next day. Before getting her message, she said I should rest well. She was busy, would come later. Silence on the other end of the phone. Actually, it had been so many years. I'd almost forgotten those details. And could now even use such a calm tone to tell it. But David, I'd heard her say, busy, too many times. Other people go on dates with their girlfriends. She's busy. I'm injured in the hospital. She's still busy. Why is she so busy? So busy she can't even love me a little? This relationship was one I begged for. From the start, Lily held all the cards. I couldn't make her love me. I could only choose to continue or give up. I really liked her. But I was also tired. When my sister got sick this time, right after surgery, she remembered to ask me to tell the guy she likes. She's fine, worried he'd worry. But Lily and I weren't like that. Back then I was alone in the hospital, holding my phone waiting all day and night. Just like people say, she didn't like me that much. So after getting that message, I suggested we break up, then blocked and deleted all contact methods. I could have her or not. I chose to give up. Monday I asked for leave to go to school. Found class 12 to 1. When I arrived, Lily had just finished the morning meeting with students. I knocked. Hello, Ms. Winters. I'm here to get Sophie's things. The whole class stared at me. Lily nodded. Second row, last seat is hers. I walked over, realizing the kid in front was Thomas. The boy looked at me curiously and shyly. I smiled at him while getting the books. Just then a girl nearby asked, "Excuse me. Is Sophie okay now?" I mentally praised her, winked at Thomas, and said smiling, "Don't worry. Her surgery went very smoothly. She'll be discharged and back to school soon." The kid let out a relieved breath, his ears slightly red, after packing up Sophie's pile of stuff. The bell rang. Lily and I left together. Across from us I saw the teacher I'd met at the hospital. Oh right, he was Sophie's math teacher. Looks like this was his class. Seeing me, he paused, nodded in greeting, then smiled at Lily beside me. "Ms. Winters, there's a problem from the last exam. Several of us teachers found issues with. Could you take a look when you're free?" Lily nodded. I felt inexplicably uncomfortable. Lily walked 2 steps, saw I wasn't following, turned to look. "What's wrong?" I couldn't hold back. "Nothing. Just thinking Ms. Winters is really talented. Even though you teach physics, the math teachers all have to ask you." Lily. "It's fine. I taught a lot before, hard not to remember." Math disaster piercing my heart. Making Lily lecture me 13 times on one problem. I felt deflated. The enthusiasm I'd come with completely vanished. I shouldn't have come. Yeah, teaching dumb students like me probably isn't as good as teaching smart people. As soon as I finished, Lily silently looked at me without speaking. My heart skipped. Done. Was what I just said a bit sour? She doesn't think I'm jealous, does she? Lily nodded. "Sophie is indeed much easier to teach than you." For a moment, I didn't know if being told I was hung up on the past was better, or being called dumb was better. So I chose to run. "Well, if there's nothing else, I'll go first, Ms. Winters." "Wait." Lily held out her phone. "Add me on Instagram." My heart pounded uncontrollably. Then she said, "I'll send you these days. Knowledge summaries and problems. You can show them to Sophie. Seniors don't have phones." I scanned the code expressionlessly, hit add. "Thank you, Ms. Winters. My sister's been troubling you." Lily hit accept. The screen showed, "I've accepted your friend request. We can start chatting now." Lily put away her phone. It's what I should do. I didn't know when Lily had changed to a new number, new Instagram. After all, we hadn't contacted each other for years. When we broke up, never thought there'd be a day to reconnect. Her friend circle had nothing. Just like her as a person, giving others a cold, bland feeling. I scrolled for ages, until Sophie helplessly called. "Brother, can I look at the knowledge Ms. Winters sent me yet?" I grunted, handed her the phone. My mom was peeling a banana nearby. Hearing this couldn't help saying, "Oh, your homeroom teacher is really great. Sam, invite her to dinner in a few days." Back when I had early romance. Probably because Lily was a top student. The teachers didn't react strongly. Just talked to us privately. Then let it be. Not like Sophie, getting caught and having parents called. So, my parents didn't know that person was Lily Winters. Forget it. Teachers can't accept gifts now. My mom pulled back the banana she was about to give me. How is it a gift? The teacher really helped us a lot. Look, without her, your sister's grades would definitely drop. Sophie couldn't control her mouth. That's right. And you too, brother. Back then without my homeroom teacher. With your grades, how could you have gotten those scores on the college entrance exam? Well said. Don't say it again next time. My parents were stunned. Sophie knew she'd messed up. Quietly lowered her head to continue working. I really couldn't take it. Had to give a brief explanation. After my mom heard, she suddenly asked, "Is she still single?" My mom got excited. I met that girl at the parent meeting. Beautiful. Great temperament too. More than worthy of our Sam. Good job. Good personality too. Quite a catch. Sam, if she's also single, you could try getting back together. Outside blind dates. Can't compare to someone you know well like this. I retreated, wanting to change the subject. But my mom brought it up every few days. A week later Sophie returned to school. And the chat between Lily and me also stopped at the last physics file she sent. It was all Sophie asking her about homework. Sometimes she replied with voice messages. I secretly scrolled from top to bottom, listening to all those voice messages. After listening I felt neurotic again. Quickly opened the last PDF file, trying to redirect my attention. 3 minutes later I exited. Couldn't help muttering, "This problem is way too hard." After saying it I felt something was wrong. Just realized I was mentally scattered. And accidentally hit voice message. I swear, I used unprecedented speed in my life to recall that 3-second voice message. Then the other side sent, "What don't you understand? Just kill me now." I'd thought of 10,000 ways to actively chat with Lily. Just not this one. I decided to break the pot. Sent a big smiling cat sticker. "Ms. Winters, our whole family really appreciates you taking care of Sophie. Don't know when you're free. Can I treat you to dinner?" Lily didn't ask why. I avoided the earlier question. Quickly replied, "Let's go today. Is a senior homeroom teacher this free?" But since she said so, I had to go through with it. "Okay, what would you like to eat? Thai food or Japanese?" Lily, "Hot pot." I was a bit surprised. Lily actually had very bland tastes, while I couldn't handle spicy food. But I didn't want to be presumptuous. Simply replied, "Okay, see you at 7 p.m. The weather was warming up, but the hot pot place was still crowded. Except our table sat silent after ordering. I never thought I'd sit at the same table with Lily again. Eating alone together, playing with phones would be rude. But there was no topic to discuss. Thankfully the staff was enthusiastic. Our restaurant has an activity. If you two complete it, you'll get a small gift. Guess the idiom? I'm in. I eagerly agreed. Then the staff brought up a plate of vegetables. "What's this?" The staff encouraged. "You can guess too, miss." Lily looked up slightly, glancing over. "Growing old together." Staff. "Correct. This is a gift from our restaurant. Plus a small toy. Wishing you two harmony and happiness. Growing old together. In this world, there's probably nothing more awkward than giving a broken-up couple such a blessing. Like this." I struggled to explain. "Actually we're not. Thank you." Lily cut me off. Then handed me the toy. I unconsciously took it. "I'm grown up. I don't play with these anymore." Lily extended her hand again. "Then give it back. I'll keep it, for Sophie." The corner of Lily's mouth seemed to curve up. I realized my behavior was too childish. Rarely blushed. The staff smiled knowingly and left. Then I heard someone call, "Sam Chen." I unconsciously looked up, seeing a strange girl standing before me, looking at me in surprise. "Haven't seen you in years. You've gotten more handsome." I was a bit confused. "You are?" The girl's smile stiffened. Lily's cold, calm voice rang out, "Your ex-girlfriend." Sometimes, I find this world quite surreal. I didn't understand why I'd run into a senior I knew for 3 days in college. At a hot pot restaurant. I even less understood. I didn't even recognize her face. How was Lily so familiar with her? I hesitated a second. Sorry. My memory's not great. The girl's face got worse. Hurriedly excusing herself. I couldn't help looking at Lily. Her expression was cold, showing no emotion. But I felt inexplicably guilty. I really don't remember her. Lily nodded. Lost count of which one she was? Women these days aren't hard to find either. Why are they getting better at provoking people? I was a bit annoyed too. But looking at Lily like this, I only dared mutter quietly. I just don't remember. Lily picked up a piece of beef. Then put it in her bowl. Why am I being stingy? Lily acted like she didn't hear. I angrily picked up a bigger piece of beef. Muttering quietly. Do you still give lectures to other people? What am I saying? Lily stopped her movements, looked up. Which problem set do you want to do? I can lecture you anytime. I was startled. Ms. Winters. That's not appropriate. After saying that, we both fell silent for a moment. The atmosphere suddenly became strange and tense. Back then she'd drag me to do homework. Write practice tests. And I'd often say, I don't want to do it. Then I'd drag my feet. Dragging my feet usually ended with hand-holding. Sometimes when I did well, I'd get rewarded with a kiss too. This scene, this moment. The person involved was full of regret. Immense regret. I had to bring up Sophie again. There's always something to talk about with students. Midway I got a text from David. Bro. Want to get barbecue? I sent him a photo. David. So love really does disappear? But right after he noticed something. Wait. Who's sitting across from you? I had to confess honestly. My parents told me to take her to dinner. To thank her for taking care of Sophie lately. David. You handsome devil. Me? Only brain-damaged David would be handsome. David. Let me weigh how many pounds your lovesick brain weighs. Me? David. Did you forget how this woman treated you back then? You said before you two couldn't work out. Now put down your chopsticks and leave. Me. David. Do you think there's any chance? She's liked me all along? David. So what? I realized this guy had blocked me. Thank you. I put down my phone. Gathering all my courage to look at Lily. Lily Winters. How do you know that person from earlier? She looked up slightly. Glancing over. I heard my heartbeat quicken. Even I didn't know. In this moment, what answer I was waiting for. Lily and I didn't attend the same college. Though we often visited each other's schools. I was certain. She wouldn't have had the chance to know that person. There was only one answer. Is this important? Lily asked back. I froze. Sam Chen. Her expression was deep. Her red lips delicate. Warm light falling on her exquisite face. Vaguely overlapping with her younger self. What's important is I'm jealous. That night I ran to David's place. David looked at me with a, beyond salvation, gaze. So this woman turns around once and you've forgiven her? I lay sprawled on the bed. I don't know either. I know we can't go back to the past. What happened has happened. But she's Lily Winters. The Lily Winters that Sam Chen has loved since 16. Actually, the time we've been apart is much longer than the days we were together. I also thought time could erase everything. But only now do I realize. The weight of different periods is completely different. Those years apart, in the moment she said those words, seemed compressed into light fragments of memory, repeating gently, only those old days with her were vivid and passionate. Actually, after we broke up, when I recalled our days together, I always felt she seemed to have liked me too. She knew I skipped breakfast for a week to bring her breakfast, and from then on always brought me breakfast. When I couldn't learn and felt stupid, she never lost patience. Remember Chris Quinn? Back then he deliberately pushed me during basketball. Actually, I didn't care. But Lily was still angry. First time I saw her face so cold. After that until college exams ended. Chris avoided me whenever he saw me. Not just that, back then I was completely devoted to Lily. Any coldness from her, I'd magnify countless times. But after breaking up, when I recalled, I remembered many details I'd overlooked. David thought for a long time. Speaking softly. What luck did this woman have meeting you? How about this, let her pursue you. You spend more time with her. Best to talk honestly. Then you decide whether you want to continue with her. I patted his shoulder, deeply feeling the fairness. Ideals are full. Reality is skeletal. You can't expect a senior homeroom teacher to devote much time and energy to you. After dropping that incredibly ambiguous line that day, unfortunately, the people's teacher, Ms. Winters, didn't pursue me aggressively at all. She just started sending Sophie's grades to my parents each time, then sending them to me once more. Occasionally she'd mention some knowledge point, where I back then and Sophie now made the exact same mistakes. Except Sophie corrected it once, while I needed multiple times. I protested, finally protested ineffectively, angry and embarrassed. Ms. Winters, do top students like you have such good memories? Lily was recently busy with midterms, replying to my message late at night. Everything related to you, I remember. Time flew by to March. Sophie and her classmates had their coming-of-age ceremony organized by the school. Lily specially sent me an invitation. I pretended to be reluctant. My parents will be there. I don't need to go, right? Lily called me directly. I immediately scrambled out of bed, as if facing a great enemy. We'd been chatting sporadically lately, saying good morning and good night each day. It had even become a habit. But this was the first time she'd actively called me. I coughed hard a few times, cleared my throat, sat up straight and answered. Very slight static noise, amplified in the quiet night. She didn't speak for a while. I couldn't help speaking first. Ms. Winters? She finally spoke, her voice cold and low, like a light feather brushing past my ear. Strangely ticklish. I want to see you, she said. The next day, I deliberately went to school with my parents. Sophie looked me up and down. Brother, are you going on a blind date later? Sophie Chen. Don't make me deal with you on your happy day. Central High was the state's top school. The coming-of-age ceremony was very grand. Those 17, 18-year-old boys and girls full of vitality. Youth shining bright. I took a few photos for Sophie. Then she disappeared. After a while she secretly pulled me aside. Brother, can you take a photo for me? Thomas was beside her. Maybe because there were still many people around. The two kids kept a distance. Shy and embarrassed, I made an okay sign. In the frame, the flowers behind them were beautiful. My memory briefly returned. Actually, when Lily and I were seniors, the school also organized a coming-of-age ceremony. Moreover, that day was Lily's 18th birthday. Brother, after taking the photo, Sophie came to my side. What are you thinking about? So focused? I came back to reality, coughing once. I was thinking you're not that brave, standing so far apart for a photo. Sophie coughed. His parents are here too. Our parents came to my coming-of-age ceremony too. But Lily's parents seemed quite busy. Didn't come, so I had my chance. I pulled her up to the rooftop. Lily Winters, I prepared a birthday gift for you. Lily's beautiful dark eyes looked over. She always seemed like that. Not many emotions. Cold and indifferent. Though the school grounds were noisy and lively. Fireworks filling the sky. Though today was her birthday. She asked softly. I controlled my racing heartbeat, stood on tiptoes and kissed her. That was my first kiss with her. Originally planned to kiss and run. But that day Lily somehow held my hand tight, hugged me close, and kissed back, awkward but with restrained passion. Afterward she asked me, can you be with me every birthday? I answered dazedly. Do I get to kiss you each time? Then yes, honestly. Back then I only knew to smile foolishly. Now recalling it, I find the past unbearable. Poor Lily. Her first love meeting someone as inexperienced in love as me. While I was secretly lamenting, a familiar gentle male voice came from behind. Ms. Winters, shall we take a photo together too? I turned to see that math teacher standing before Lily. They seemed to have just finished taking photos with students. Making this request seemed quite reasonable. I gripped my phone tightly. I've been busy all morning. This woman hasn't even paid attention to me. Now she's going to take photos with another man. And yesterday she said she wanted to see me? Lily seemed to hesitate. Looking up, the teacher followed her gaze. Blinking. Holding out his phone. Smiling. Mr. Chen, could you help take a photo of us? Before I could answer, Lily said, that's not convenient. The atmosphere chilled for a moment. That teacher clearly didn't expect Lily to refuse so directly. Still because of me? He froze, saying, "Then I'll ask Mr. Wong to help." "No need, it's really not convenient," Lily said. The teacher didn't understand, holding his phone awkwardly midair. Lily stared straight at me, her dark eyes calm. But her words were for the teacher. "I'm pursuing him, so I don't want him to misunderstand." Holy shit, David's jaw dropped. This woman attacks so directly? I nodded frantically. Before I always pursued her. Now it's reversed. How can I handle it? No, you have to be strong. David spun around twice. Seriously. Can't be seduced by beauty. Must continue testing. I squatted down, nodding frantically again. They're really busy with senior year. For Sophie's exams. I have to hold firm too. At least wait until they finish exams. David looked at me with disdain. You pursued her for nearly 3 years. She pursues you for 3 months and you surrender? I pulled out a random photo from my phone. Lily, standing with students on the school grounds. She still shone bright in the crowd. David struggled for 3 seconds. Fine. With that face and figure. Enjoy it while you're young. Speaking of which, he suddenly leaned in curiously. By the way, did you two back then, you know? I raised my hand. 10 perfect tests for one handhold. You can imagine how hard my path was. David. Let me think. After exams are over, I'll find time to talk honestly with her. High school seemed so long. But the months before exams were like hitting fast forward. In a blink it was early hot summer. June, college entrance exams. Lily was in charge of exam supervision. As a student's parent, of course I had to be there. Ms. Winters, Sophie said they're going out to celebrate tonight. Are you going? Lily shook her head. I'm not going. To give them more comfortable private space. I coughed. So you're free tonight? She looked over for a moment, said, Free. I have some things I want to tell you. 5 p.m. The last exam ended. Students poured out like a tide. Countless faces laughing or crying. Bidding farewell to this youth. After giving Sophie a red envelope, I quickly retreated, naturally taking their Ms. Winters with me. But at this time, good places are hard to book. While Lily went to park, I went to the restaurant early to get a number and wait. Unexpectedly ran into Emma's son. She looked behind me somewhat surprised. Sam, did you and Lily make up? I was about to say not yet. She breathed a sigh of relief and smiled. No wonder. I felt strange. No wonder what? No wonder she's been in such a good mood lately. I thought. Her students did well on practice exams. Later realized probably not. Now I know it's because of you. Emma sighed. Since her mother passed, she's never been as relaxed as now. Lightning struck. What did you say? Her mother passed? Emma was also stunned. You didn't know? It's been years. She didn't tell you? My heart felt squeezed tight. Even breathing was difficult. I struggled to ask. When? Emma didn't expect I really didn't know. Suddenly realizing she'd misspoken. If Lily didn't tell you then. Well, since you two made up anyway. You'd find out sooner or later. She recalled for a moment. I remember it was second semester freshman year. Probably early May. Her mother took pills and committed suicide. She took a week off. Afterward she lost so much weight. She paused. You two broke up probably after that. So I thought you knew. Freshman year, early May. I was injured exactly then. So, I didn't dare think further. I suddenly realized. I didn't know. What injustice I'd done to Lily. The parking lot was full. I parked outside. Took a while. Lily walked over, sat down across from me. Her gaze lingered on my face. Voice gentle. What's wrong? I lowered my head. Nothing, just didn't know what to order. She picked up the menu. The spicy chicken here is really good. Spicy beef stir-fry is good too. I suddenly asked. Have you eaten here before? Lily paused. Came with colleagues twice. I didn't speak. Lily couldn't handle spicy food. Even with hot pot. She only ate mushroom or tomato broth. I sometimes liked teasing her. Deliberately eating chili then kissing her. Making her face turn red after kissing, frantically drinking milk. Eating with colleagues. She'd never actively order these dishes, let alone eat them. I ordered vegetable stir-fry and pumpkin soup. Hesitated for a long time before saying, didn't you say earlier you had something to tell me? Lily seemed to be considering how to phrase it. Don't know if you still want to hear it now, but I feel about what happened back then, I owe you an explanation. She was silent for a while, seemingly organizing tangled memories. I'm an illegitimate child. My heart trembled. Couldn't help looking up at her. Her expression was very calm, like telling a story unrelated to herself. After my mother got pregnant with me, my father, he turned around and married someone of equal social standing. In my memory, I only met him once, at my mother's funeral. In this moment, I suddenly understood many things. Why this perfect princess was always cold and indifferent. Why, at parent meetings, Lily's seat was always empty. Why, when I said I'd give her a birthday gift at the coming-of-age ceremony, her expression was off. Then she stubbornly asked me if I'd be with her every birthday. Back then Lily lowered her eyes, long lashes casting shadows. I didn't dare tell you these things. I'd never liked anyone so much. Finally waited for you to like me. If you knew these things, would you stop liking me? What would I do then? I clenched my fists. After exams, my mother went to find him once. Afterward, her condition got much worse. Needed lots of expensive medicine. Lily's voice was bland, clearly talking about things from years ago, but as if separated by a lifetime. I was in such a rush then. I wanted to help my advisor with research as much as possible. Work as many jobs as possible. I was afraid I couldn't protect my mother, and wasn't worthy of you either. But in the end, she still left me. My palms ached sharply. Struggled to ask, when? Lily was silent for a long time. I'd tried to control myself, but my voice still shook. So that day I texted you and you didn't reply. I called and you didn't answer. And I suggested breaking up that same day, right? Lily still didn't speak. I remembered something else. You came looking for me afterward, didn't you? Lily turned her water glass, finally nodding after a long time. Yes. After I handled everything, I wanted to come find you and explain clearly, but saw you with another girl. I asked softly, then why didn't you ask me? You clearly knew how much I liked you. Lily Winters, if you just said something. I didn't want to be that selfish. Lily said, I always wanted to confirm whether you liked me. Again and again, making you prove that no matter what I did, you wouldn't leave me. But that day I suddenly realized, I like this didn't deserve you like that. You're so good, no one's better than you. So you should be loved by everyone, pursued by thousands, not always struggling beside me like this. My throat went dry. That's not true. Lily Winters, that's not true. I like you. I never found being with you hard. You can't judge me like that. It's not fair to me. Emotions crashed like waves. I closed my eyes. You can't do this. You made me unknowingly leave the person I love most. I didn't dare imagine how Lily reacted when she received my breakup message back then. I'd clearly promised I'd be with her every birthday. I didn't keep my promise. In this moment, I didn't know who to blame. Panic flashed through Lily's eyes. Sam. She who was always composed. Rarely this flustered. I took a deep breath, staring at her. So before you'd rather be apart for years than say anything, why tell me today? Lily pressed her lips together for a while. Said, I tried to forget the past, tried not to love you. But I couldn't. When you weren't there, love grew wildly. Sam, do you still want this girl named Lily Winters? Not long after that meeting. So when's your wedding? David excitedly pointed at himself. Can I pick being best man first? My parents were overjoyed. Only my sister had a complicated expression. So after my college exams I found you a wife. I thought seriously, you really don't need to worry about us breaking up before exams. After all, we're getting married after exams. Who hearing this wouldn't say, I'm an amazing, brilliant brother. My sister. All right, is the high school friends table list ready? I stuck close to Lily. They all exploded when they got the wedding invitations. Makes sense though. Last time at a classmate's wedding, we two acted like we didn't know each other. Then in a blink we're getting married. No wonder they reacted so strongly. Almost done. Lily showed me the list. I pointed. Where's Chris Quinn? Lily raised an eyebrow. I thought you didn't like him? I really don't. That's exactly why we have to invite him. He asked for your Instagram last time. I need to declare sovereignty. Lily nodded approvingly. Okay. As she spoke, she leaned closer. I immediately asked, Ms. Winters, what are you doing? Lily's hand rested on my waist. Aren't we declaring sovereignty? Let me declare, however you want. She suddenly stopped. I followed her gaze. Found her looking at my left leg. The scar on my knee. I felt a bit embarrassed. They're all minor wounds. She kissed it. Burning breath. I was stunned. Couldn't say the rest. Finally struggled during a breath. Whispering in her ear, Lily Winters. I really like you. She hugged me tighter. Me too. Thank you for still liking Lily Winters. Sweet ending.